trust Disney with X-Men and stuff like that. Um, because things, in my opinion, is like they can't even get their big bad right, Kane right, in my opinion. Be, because they, in my opinion, if you can't get Kane right, then you can't get the X-Men's right if they're not planning on putting politics and stuff like that. And that's why I don't want to see deal with X-Men, because you look at the 90s cartoon, X-Men 1, X-Men 2, um, and kind of like the other cartoons that I was seeing for X-Men, it seemed like it to me, in my opinion, it's like Disney can't get this wrong. It did follow the source material. But then by that just by following source material is that they got to get a big old director that is willing to do it and stuff like that. And that, in my opinion, that why not show a deal with Disney if they're willing to find if they're willing to find directors and everybody else that's willing to follow the source material and don't try to put their own politics in it. And that's kind of hard to find, in my opinion. And stuff like that, in my opinion. And and kind of like for me, in my opinion, what I'm noticing, like which I know deal with how can I say this? Dealing with the Disney stuff, it seems like Disney don't keep a source material or certain things depending on it. They're dealing with the how can I say this? How can I say this without being uh, they see on Disney worry about the politics, they still don't worry about the a good movie or a show now, and that's kind of like thing that I don't want to see. Dealing with X-Men is kind of like for me, Barco, if you had to choose, what would be the first X-Men bad guy?
Yeah.
Which one would you choose?
Mm, Uh, everywhere, man, or
Yeah, anyone.
is everywhere, man, the villain here,
Yeah, yeah, villain.
or
Yeah,
uh,
it could be a
everywhere,
group.
man.
Oh, okay.
Is a hero, is a hero or villain? Everywhere, man, or something. Make copy
Um,
yourself.
you talking about Magneto that knows Eric? You
No,
talking about him?
this. No, someone make copy yourself. Everywhere, man, or something like that.
Oh,
Is a
he
hero or
kind of
villain?
like both. He kind of like both. Yeah,
I make him a
yeah, he kind
villain.
of like
I'll
both,
make him a
but
villain,
it's
man.
just okay. Oh
I make
yeah,
him a villain. Yeah.
because right. If you look at it right, that uh, he can use his abilities just to trick some of the X Men and say that he came from the multiverse, but he didn't,
Yeah. Yeah.
and he can still be evil at the same time,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that'd be a good thing right there. Cause
Yeah.
I ain't really thought like that until you said it.
I
He,
mean,
he can
copies also,
multiply.
yeah. Copies, so yeah. They're on independent mind. I mean, yeah.
Oh yeah, and dealing with the multiverse stuff that's going on right now. Um, he can steal stuff, everything else like that, just for other bad people and stuff like that. And he can be inside Shield and stuff like that as an agent. And he could be like a double agent pretending to help Shield or the Avengers, and he just turn against them and stuff like that. Up my opinion, that'd be a good thing right there.
Yeah.
And and for the thing about it, if you could put him together, just with Magneto, ooh. that be
Yeah.
that be a good and dangerous combination right there, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because you put Magneto with him just as a bad guy, he, he can work from the inside just while Magneto just be distracting him just for the outside and stuff like that, just like kill humans because of his brotherhood agendas and stuff like that. That be a real good combination.
Yeah.
And because you look at it, that on the villain that on the villain that you said that can multiply, he could be like
Yeah.
the Loki inside the
Yeah.
Avengers or the X-Men and stuff like that. And he can he could try to make the X-Men argue just for each other and stuff like that. And that'd be a good thing right there.
Yeah.
I ain't thought of that. And since he got me the first bad guy, shoot, I think the second one could be that just after the first one, like you said, the man that can multiply. I'll
Yeah.
make the second I'll make the second one just a central program.
Well,
Long that just and like phase 5 and 6, just to give Marvel something to do. I would do a central program second. It, because the thing about it now, you cannot put the Sentinel program just as the first bad guy just for the X-Men to fight, because that just won't make a good story, because if you look at it, the first bad guy of the X-Men wasn't like the Sentinel program. It was another mutant,
yeah. Yeah.
which was the first bad guy. It wasn't a Sentinel program.
Yeah.
And they can have like apocalypse that up in the background, just 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 try to like just try to kill other mutants just in the background, sound like Thanos. I think in my opinion that
Yeah.
I shoot I think in my opinion they should do the apocalypse the first mutant like he Thanos, in my opinion, if you want to build him up. Um, because that last papa which we got was not like a good representation that what just what he can do. Because like the animated how can I say this, that the animated populace is way better than the one that we got in live action and stuff like that. You look at a video game populace, the video game populace is way better than it is way better than the live action too.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't get. That's what I don't get. You got Sorcery showing you just how to do apocalypse, and Fox still messed it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And pretty much the and kind of like the X Men's they need to do for the X Men's. They need to break up the X Men's in groups. Because think about it. Then they make the main 5 to 8 members just the main X-Men crew, and they can have the X Force over here. They can have the Outsiders over here. Sound like different groups who try to do good, but the thing is they just do good in their own way, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you look at Deadpool and stuff like that, and Deadpool 3, in his movie just as a group, that just don't do stuff like the X-Men's, but it still do good up in their own way. In my opinion, that'd be a good thing.
Yeah.
And kind of like that, and kind of like in my opinion, I don't trust Marvel in my opinion that to go by the source material. most of the
Yes.
time. And, and, and put the bad thing about it, in my opinion, they already shown ability not to do source material stuff, which get on my nerves half of the time because the thing about me because the thing about me in my opinion, which I'd be like not liking about Disney is sound like they can have like the right source material right from their face. Right from their face.
Yeah.
And they seen to
They
mess
just
up.
spoil it. They see a blue
They
panther, they spoil
seen
it.
to mess it up.
It's not that hard. Just adapt it to live action.
Yeah,
That's it. We just keep giving to you. That's it.
yeah. Look at the She-Hulk show. The She-Hulk got all these years of
How
source
much
material.
potential?
What did Disney do?
How much? Make it like a joke.
Yeah,
It had
and
potential to
put it there.
succeed.
Hawk's son bad though. They did his son bad. Hawk's son supposed to be star.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
now. He he nowhere near star level and stuff like that. He nowhere look or nothing. Not look, height, nothing. Because if you look at Hawk's son and the comic book star, that sucker right there is just as strong as Hawk. Even stronger in
Mm,
some points.
yeah.
And kind of like the bad thing for me, kind of the bad thing for me, which I don't like half the time dealing with Disney, is seeing like the Disney fans, in my opinion, Black Panther, Guardians One, Miss Marvel. You can try to tell the Disney fans is that their shows is not perfect and good, and
Yeah.
they will try to fight you on it, and that's
Mm-hmm.
kind of the bad thing for me, which I'll be seeing.
Yep. Very, very nice.
Because they try to fight you on stuff when you know some of the source material, is just
Yeah.
where it come
Mm-hmm.
from, and and so they still be arguing with you, telling us no. Miss Marvel is comic books is way better than the one that's in the show right now. If y'all want to go there,
Yeah.
and
Very
that's
true.
kind of like the bad thing was that this was some of them don't want to do and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And kind of like the thing for me, the kind of thing for me, which I know is there with X Men, is it sound like you look at the X Men, you could do X Men for the next 10 years. It is they
Yeah.
if they know what they're doing. Because the first 2 years deal with X Men, then you go back to the Avengers, then you go back to X Men, then you go back to the Avengers. You kind of like alternate the in between the two worlds and villains. They got to fight and stuff like that. And by the time the 6 to 7 years or something like it's on the X Men is down forming, the mutants down forming their world, and plus like new villains team down form, and they can do like the Avengers versus the X Men. Most like in the future, I think, in my opinion. Um, which I trust Disney to mess up. That's what I think.
Yeah,
And
right.
kind of like for and, because there for me it sounds like these new phases and stuff like that that dealing with shows. Disney Disney proving that they can't do certain shows good.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
If the
I agree.
character not funny and stuff like that, they don't got the right directors, in my opinion,
Yep.
and that's kind of bad, in my opinion, which I noticed. And kind of like the other, and I noticed like dealing with, which I noticed most of the time that deal with Disney and Marvel and stuff like that is like
Yeah.
rated R characters good like Deadpool, Blade, and then they upgrade Moon Knight to rated R. I hate to say it.
Yeah.
I hate to
I mean, yeah,
I hate to
they
I
do
hate
good
to
on that.
say that, but these normal German public people is messing us up in time for Moon Knight because this them talking so much good. I might not know I might not know what the character means, but the show um you can pretty much tell by the show is that in my opinion is that the Moon Knight show puts me in rated R. Look at the first episode of the bathroom.
Yeah.
You can pretty much tell, in my opinion, that with Disney had cut some parts out. You know what I mean? If you look at the Moon Knight, the first episode when he was fighting that Jericho on something like that, when I'm looking at this, I said, "Wait a minute, something happened. Something happened, in my opinion, inside that bathroom to make the I, I think that Jekyll probably bleeding or Moon Knight had break that Jekyll neck or something
Yeah,
like that. In
right.
my opinion, that's what
I
I
agree. I agree
thought
on
it.
that.
And Disney excuse told some we it's a family channel. I'm looking at them. I say, so you telling me that with Endgame and Thanos kids don't care about no killing. It just with the parents that be too sensitive sometimes, and that's what I notice about certain stuff.
Yeah.
And kind of like the shucks. And kind of like the other thing, in my opinion, which I noticed, like deal with Disney, is something like in my opinion, if you look at it, um, Disney, D- Disney, like in my opinion, is scared to give rated R characters shine.
Yeah, very good.
In my opinion, and and kind of like the thing about it, thing about my opinion, what proved my point was the Moon Knight show. The Moon Knight show had proven is that Disney is willing to do certain stuff. Is that Disney is not willing to go that extra mile. Just for the character source material and stuff like that. In my opinion, stuff like that. And because you look at it, um, they moved Blade to be PG-13, which is dumb. Be, 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 because the thing about it, if you look at Blade 3, what C Snice did, that was a movie where Marvel did
Yeah,
interfering and stuff like that, and up in the Blade 3 movie. Because that's what, if you look at Blade 1 and 2, what Wesley Snipes did and stuff like that, those was actually really good movies with a story and stuff like that. In Blade 3, Wesley Snipes said he wanted to bring in Morpheus in Blade 3 and to make a fourth one. Marvel came in, messed up the whole plan, wanted to bring in a whole nother group or something like that inside that project and put in like Whistler daughter and Ryan Reynolds' character that was in the comic books. But the thing is, like my opinion, in my opinion, they should have stick with the Wesley Snipes plan. I think, in my opinion, because you look at Blade 1 and 2, you could have you can tell, in my opinion, sound like Wesley Snipes was building up onto something. But that's what knowing Marvel back in the day, they like to push stuff. They try to start a spin-off show off it on the Dylan Wilson daughter
yeah,
and
very.
stuff like that. But I'm looking at them, yeah, because you look at Whistler daughter and plus Ryan Reynolds, there there was like supposed to get a spin-off show if that movie would have been like received good. And 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 but the bad thing about it, Wesley Snipes knew the Blade character was better than Marvel. In two movies that Wesley Snipes made by himself, he made them good. The third movie, Marvel came in, messed it up. In case y'all Disney fans right here that's look at it, um, um, it seemed like Marvel wanted to dumb down their rated R characters
Yeah, very good enough. Yeah, you just heard.
just for side characters half of the time, which I don't like. My opinion, probably my yeah. And do you notice like you notice deal with the X-Men is like taking just their time with it. That with the X-Men casting, but I'm looking at them. I said, wait a minute now. You didn't cast this the X-Men thing already, and did I have the Spider-Man movie, the new Doctor Strange movie? Did I did She-Hulk? Did I did all these series? You telling me that Marvel did not cast? Man, that's sad.
Yeah, right side. Yeah,
Yeah,
very.
and that's kind of like the bad thing, like in my opinion. And anyway, the kids don't care. Is that it just like imaginary people just having power stuff like that. Shoot, you you just gotta tell your kids it just comic book people. Because you can't tell your kids it's real because should that just be done? That just be done until your kids if they need an origin movie to be two parts, I'll be good with that, in my opinion. And and because this time, my opinion, the Disney Marvel can't afford to mess up on on these shows and movies and stuff like that. Driver as Mr. Fantastic, and if you look at a Doctor Strange movie, I didn't see him at all.
Yeah.
Mr. Fantastic, he changes his hair or something like that to fit it. I don't see Fantastic. I see him playing as Ghost Rider, or something like that.
Yeah.
He'd be Ghost Rider. He could have been, in my opinion, um let me see who else. He could be like a and kind of like for the X-Men series. Shoot, I I I gotta look at the X-Men movies and see like which movie which one was bad. Let me see. And then let's go through this X-Men movie list and see like if we think it's good. I think X-Men that was in the that wasn't the world that wasn't the year 2000. Um, I think that one was a good movie. You agree with that one? X-Men one in the 2000s is a good movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I think X-Men two I think X-Men two was a good movie.
Okay. Yeah.
It's X-Men Last Stand. It's not good, but it's just a average Hollywood movie when it just
Yeah.
want to end something real quick.
It decent. It decent. It gets out for a movie. Decent movie.
Yeah, yeah, and kind of like people, I think overhype it and say it's the worst X-Men movie. I say nah, it's the X-Men movie because I seen worse than X-Men movie. And for the X-Men Last Stand movie, it's not even that bad, but the story sometimes seem rushed, and that should have been like a two-part movie. I think, in my opinion, that should have been a two-part movie. If they wanted to end it,
Yeah. Yeah.
they should have made a two-part movie. X-Men
Yeah. Good
Origin.
stuff.
Let's see, X-Men. No, not X-Men. But Wolverine Origins. Just a cool movie, but it just ain't the best. But it just cool. X Men First Class, excellent movie. Now that one was an excellent movie. I think, in my opinion, the X Men First Class, and shoot, the Wolverine movie is not good as the first one, but it's just a good action movie. It's not a it's just a good action movie and stuff like that to look at and stuff like that. And kind of like let me see, X Men 2014, X Men Days of Future Past. I like that movie. That's one of the best X Men movies I think so far. This the Fox franchise that is one of the best X movies. Days of Future Past, they got Roll, Kitty Pryde,
Yeah.
they die. They got Roll, Kitty Pryde, and that excellent movie. Because you look at the story, the action, everything just kind of like X Men Apocalypse. Ooh, I did not like that movie.
Yeah.
Because they did Apocalypse so dirty in this movie. They did him dirty. They did him dirty in this movie, bro. Because because the thing about it, Apocalypse do got hands where he can throw because that's what he big. He big and he got stuff like that. Man, X Apocalypse bad, just a bad Hollywood movie.
Real cartoon.
Just with did some bad things in it. Logan, 2017, one of the best Wolverine movies of all time. The Logan,
Yeah.
and that was Old Man Logan. That's one of the best movies of all times. But the thing, like in my opinion, which I don't get in that movie, is sound like is somebody like in my opinion give you the serum to get your healing abilities back. So you want to die during that battle because your healing abilities be like coming back just little by little. And that wouldn't make sense in my opinion for them to have and kind of like the X-Men Dark Phoenix movie, a bad movie. I did not like it. I did not like that X-Men the Dark Phoenix movie. It messed up Jean's story. Just how everything happened was seeing like the movie wasn't like it wasn't like cohesive at some point. Sounded like the action set pieces was good, but the problem was, in my opinion, was like the story of Jean Grey. That seemed like, in my opinion, wasn't built up. It just wasn't built up correctly. It, they, they just spent audience just to get it in one setting. Because the thing about it, if you read the comics, you pretty much understand just what the Phoenix is like the other side of them. If you're a comic book fan, but the thing about it for me, it sounded like it was messed me up. It sounded like shucks. I did my research on the Phoenix, expecting to see that in the movie. I didn't get it. I was disappointed and stuff like that. And some of my friends and stuff like that, and other people tell me something. Just don't be too hard on the movie. I say, don't be too hard on the movie. They're giving me bad quality. And
Yeah.
man, they give me bad quality film. Man, you cannot because you cannot expect me to keep my mouth shut that's doing the movie that act like they didn't know what the movie doing itself and stuff like that. Because I'm looking at this, I'm looking at man Dark Phoenix movie. I say, really, really, and Jean Grey had actually learned how to control her Phoenix form. It took a while, but that's what she learned how to correct it, and plus and plus in my control it to a point that up in the animation. But the things in my opinion, up in the live action, up in the live action X Men.
I've got my cock in my hand right now. I'm stroking it, thinking about you sucking me, dragging your mouth up and down my cock, playing with my balls.
Oh shucks, boy. Oh shucks. Y'all. What the word? What the word going on?
What's that?
His mic too loud.
What?
Man, I don't know. He need to fix his
No.
mic. His mic is he need to turn down his mic a little bit.
Yeah.
Just for people will be able to hear him and stuff like that. And kind of like the new Mutants movie. The new Mutants movie is better than the Dark Phoenix in my opinion. Some
Yeah.
people might not agree with me, but that's what up in my opinion. Shucks. I think the Dark I think the Dark Phoenix movie is worse than the New Mutants movie, and and kind of like the bad thing about it, should the New Mutants just have like they had like less known mutants inside that movie. They had mutants that were less known, and this story, and their character development was better than the Dark Phoenix movie,
Yeah.
just for a known character, and that's sad. And and kind of like the bad thing about it, shoot, I have a feeling. I have a I have a feeling. My opinion is something like Disney might make Ghost Rider PG-13. They might make Blade
Yeah.
PG-13. They might make Deadpool PG-13. And we all know, and we all because we all know up in the movie theaters how that turn out.
Yeah.
If you try to turn Deadpool into like a PG-13 movie,
Yeah.
it's not it's not good. It's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because PG-13, you can do that with an Iron Man. You can do that with a Captain America, a Winter Soldier, and Falcon and stuff like that. Because that's what that's them characters that's some characters sweet spot and stuff like that. And you try to tell me up in there and stuff like that. It's like dealing with X Men. You telling me up in there is that Disney don't have nothing figured out, and that's the problem in my opinion, which I don't like dealing with Disney. Um, and kind and kind of like the bad thing in my opinion is like DC got a schedule just want to film their movies more than Marvel because if you look at it, the Wonder Woman 2 came out on time. Shazam Wrath of the Gods came out on time. And plus that second Shazam movie is not as bad as everybody's saying it is. It's not the best movie, but the thing Black Adam, in my opinion, is still better than Shazam 2 and stuff. That in my opinion, it's still better in my opinion. And kind of like the other bad thing, in my opinion, which I noticed and stuff like that. Um, which I noticed, which I noticed with Disney, um, is like Disney, like in my opinion, like like to make their own story then from the comics,
Yeah,
and,
they do
and that's
that.
kind of like the bad
Yeah,
thing.
very bad friend.
Yeah, yeah, because you look at the Palm Ranger once and forever. Should they went back to the source material to make this show better and stuff like that. Because that's what they're putting on to Zeo, Turbo, and plus Marty Morphin within that whole 55 minutes, which Marvel can't even do for a whole 3 or 4 movies. Keep this stuff good with a good story, and kind of like and kind of like in my opinion and stuff like that. But having a bad thing, and which I notice most of the time, like deal on Marvel, Disney, and everybody else, everything like that. It's like for me, which I noticed, which I noticed deal with Marvel, is sound like the Winter Soldier. They should have kind of dumbed him down a little bit and put a that and they making and and they making the new Winter Soldier movie into the Hawk movie. I hate to tell people this. I hate to tell people this. That, that this next movie will not be about Sam Wilson. Sam Wilson Captain America.
Yeah, yeah,
Because they my Disney people, y'all can try to fight me on it. But that's what. Look at the casting for this movie. They giving the Rad Hawk. They bringing in the Incredible Hawk back in. They bringing in Betty. Just instead of Disney just try to, like in my opinion and stuff, just just instead Disney just try to make a deal just for Universal and just like share profits. They want to just make the Captain America movie into the Hawk movie. I said, God, I hate this. I hate that junk most of the time. And kind of like the other thing for me and stuff like that, which I don't like, but some people might like it, some people might not. And kind of like for me that which and and, Disney had people talk some that we make quality stuff. I'm looking at them. I say and they were lying to the people in Star Wars celebration talk. So we is getting back to the Force. We is getting back to being Marvel. I'm looking at everybody in the crowd who just getting hyped just off of Marvel and Star Wars stuff. But that's what I look in my head. I said, Disney didn't show us yet that they're willing to do that.
yeah,
They get back to being Marvel and get back to being Star Wars. And kind of like the bad and kind of like the bad thing, these be like fans and stuff like that that be full hearted into the movies and shows and stuff like that of Disney, and that be the thing. That be the thing I noticed some of the time, which I noticed.
yeah.
Um, and kind of like thing for me, right? It sounds like I don't hate Disney, but the
Yeah,
thing
you
is, in my
just
opinion,
know some stuff.
it, yeah, and because it seems like the Disney fans just don't call them out on it, so they might
They
not
don't
like me
understand
for
how
some.
much they mess up for the lore of it. They get it
Yeah,
wrong. Sorry.
yeah, because you ask a person that's the fan of MCU, and you ask them right now if they read a comic deal with Marvel, they say no. Man, so you look at people that I look at Superman, Man of Steel. some of them people, some of them people, like in my opinion and stuff like that, that just took comic book reading just on DC characters. Because you look at Wonder Woman movie, the first one came out,
Yeah.
her comic sales went up
Yep.
just after that one movie. That should that Captain Marvel movie when it came out, nobody wanted her comic. They didn't even want her free comic on that day. They didn't even want that. And that's kind of like the thing that's getting me on this stuff like that for me. It which I notice. That's what I notice most of the time. They like I deal with Marvel, DC, and and kind of like that for DC. If you look at the Peacemaker show, James
It's
Gunn
the
had
best.
followed the same energy that he had for the Suicide Squad, the new one he did,
Yeah.
and he put it inside the Peacemaker show. It had the same energy. The story was good, and and, and John Cena actually had surprised me and just embodied the character,
Yeah.
the Peacemaker character, because we, we that actually shocks you and stuff like that. Like
Mhm.
they had the same thing. They had the same characteristics like in
Kill.
Disney. We got an up and down relationship deal with movies and shows. Time for shows and stuff like that. T- Time for shows and stuff like time for show stuff like deal with Marvel. It's mostly down and and stuff like that to deal with show deal with Marvel. And then it's way better than it's way better than most of the MCU series right now. If you look at it,
Yeah,
it,
I just
it
found out.
sounds like people might not agree with me and stuff like that. But
Right.
shoot, let us try to look up. Shoot. Let me try to look up the MCU series that supposed to be coming up. Because I Echo, I'm not hyped for that show. MCU series. Um, I hate in low opinion. Some people um says what I think. The Peacemaker show is better than Loki, but it's gross.
Yeah. Right.
The Peacemaker show is better than uh just don't try to come from me because that's always true. Let me see. That better than if you look at come on, it's no kind of question. Who can that who can question that Peacemaker that is that Peacemaker without um without
We're in the TC.
Rotten Tomatoes. Um, do we that? Let me see now. They give Hawkeye. Wait a minute. Time out. Time out. Wait a minute. Rotten Tomatoes give Hawkeye a 92%. That show is not that. That show is cool. but that's what that show is not a 92%.
No, it's good, but it's not. You know.
They give Hawkeye a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. They're lying to people. I don't get this.
Nah, they
Get
make
this
smoke on
man.
Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah,
Come on. And the audience give it an 89. And plus that's what I that I know that they're Disney fans. Because you ask comic book people just ain't like it at all.
yeah,
The cast been cool, but they ain't not though.
the story.
One of the person one of the person that who give it a first say it's a lot of fun, but it counts as a holiday series at that. Wait a minute. Time out. Time out now. This is about
Yeah, major Christmas.
Hawkeye man who just tried to get his redemption back, and you call it fun?
Yeah,
That show
yeah.
is not supposed to be fun.
If we how can I get two kids to Christmas
It's
and yeah,
supposed to be a serious
yeah.
this is a serious show, and people call it, especially on TikTok. I say, man, they will come from my head and 2 months later, he was right, and that would happen. And for the person that who you in the rotten, he said for a series about a pair of sharpshooters, Hawkeye Hawkeye frustrated misses the mark 5-2 off. Yep, I said it. I said this. I knew it. I wasn't the only one. I wasn't the only one who said Hawkeye Hawkeye missed too much. You know what I said? Talk Hawkeye do miss, but that's what in this show he just missed he just missed his targets conveniently. Because that's what in end game and stuff like that, he was killing people. He was roning. He was
Yeah.
killing people. He was a beast in end game. He was a beast in end game, man. I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out my opinion. What happened in between end game and and this first season of the show that
Yeah.
and that wouldn't be true anyway, in my opinion. That wouldn't be true. And plus the other one talks on Steinfeld. The person giving the rock toss on Steinfeld deserved a better introduction than this piece of Tenzo. In the first two episodes, Nova Transcend, the rating is. Why is everybody? Why is everybody, in my opinion, is worried about Steinfeld? So is Hawkeye. It's supposed to be about Jimmy Reynolds and his character and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and of him training her. It's not put people, in my opinion. They can hate on me all they want to. They can hate me all I want to. The what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
That Hawkeye show, in my opinion, was not that Hawkeye show on season one was not a
It's like
Hawkeye show. That was a Kate
yeah, it's
Bishop show
more of
about her
more
character
Hawkeye
grown as a
actually.
character and stuff like that, which was cool.
Yeah,
But that's what it wasn't a Hawkeye show,
it's more
in
of
my
Kate Bishop
opinion.
actually. Yeah, think about it. It's more her than him.
Come on now, and yeah, yeah, and and plus the next person that on the next person, so Hawkeye might may not be a resounding bullseye, but it hits the spot well enough. No, it don't. No, it don't. Why is the line to talk something? It hit the spot well enough.
Uh,
It don't do that. It it don't do that in my opinion. It don't even do that. I don't get how people could say Thompson on the Hawkeye show hit the bullseye well enough. That's what the Hawkeye show been about. Kate Bishop saying like instead about Hawkeye just been in the show, but it seems like the show been about Kate Bishop. You know, like, and that's the bad thing. And kind of the other person that like it, this time was this series was loosely inspired by excellent Matt Fraser and David Ojo run, and the combos some of the fun make its way. I've seen the comic. That comic is serious. That comic is not a funny thing. That
Yeah.
what they're trying to make it seem. Because you look at the Hawkeye character like do quirky and stuff like that, but that's what his character is serious at the end of the day. Man, I don't get how people a lot of people talk some it hit the spot well enough and it don't. Report who supposed to be for Marvel, who supposed to tell the this person right here who supposed to be for the Marvel, just the Marvel report. This critic said, although all although an untraditional Christmas offering, Hawkeye balances the perfect amount of cheers, heart, and action. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This Hawkeye show was not supposed to be a Christmas thing. It's not a Christmas holiday show. I hate when Marvel do their jump down. Uh, man, be, because these stuff will keep on be telling you that and they be telling you like you be the hater most of the time. Talk some he just being hard on it. He just criticizing and stuff like that. Shoot, the Hawkeye character, in my opinion, is not a Christmas character to make a show on. That's dumb. That's dumb in my opinion to say that. That's dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
If you look at the show, it's seeing a holiday theme show, but but that's what if we look at the comics, it's serious. I don't
Yeah,
get
it is.
how people don't get that. Who supposed to be comic book people? And these be the same people. These be the same people over here that we claim and call some it was good. It was cool. I give it a 92%. How in the world? How in the world do a show who don't even put Hawkeye as the main character in his own show get a 92% and plus a movie and plus the movie like Wonder Woman 1 can't even get that, which is better all the way around. Better story, better characters, better character development, and Rotten Tomatoes claim is lower. Man, and the kind of like the bad thing about it, what Marvel did, which I don't like, it sound like they made it they made like in my opinion into like one of them holiday themed shows, and that's
Yeah.
why everybody thought some Hawkeye. The Hawkeye show is a Christmas show, and that's what and these kids and up in these kids or something like that who looking at the MCU thinking that is that Hawkeye is in thinking that Hawkeye is some kind of Christmas character, something that's funny and just not serious. These kids stuff that when they buy that run, and Hawkeye actually kills people some of the time. He actually kills people in self defense and stuff like that. And Marvel show didn't show that at all. Shoot, shoot, that just me in my opinion, what I think. And, and plus the bad thing about it, how did Hawkeye earn a 92%? That just don't make no sense in my opinion. That don't. And kind of like the other talks on why Hawkeye doesn't feel like anything professional, in my opinion. Which I think, in my opinion, stuff like that, and deal with Hawkeye. The Hawkeye character is one of the originals, and plus the scene, like in my opinion, is that Hawkeye got disrespected, got disrespected his own show. He got to the side role character. Because I'm looking at this, I said, wait a minute, it this like the Kate Bishop show? It this the Kate Bishop show? Is this Hawkeye show? I'm looking at this, I say, it seems like at some point they pull back the Hawkeye, and then the next episode they go right back to being Kate Bishop, and plus at the end they work together and stuff like that, everything like that. And kind of like the bad thing about it is toss how did Kate Bishop survive? She could barely beat Black Widow. Black Widow's sister, I think Florence Pugh, which is the actress name. How can I say this? She was beating up Kate Bishop, a friend that front on rooms and stuff like that. And you try to tell me right now that what Kate Bishop is beating Kingpin. No. No, because you look at the comic books, shoot, Frank Castle and kind of like Spider-Man sound like the only one who probably can beat Kingpin with his powers, his super strength and stuff like that. He's kind of like the only character that can do it. It's Spider-Man, Wolverine, the X-Men, anything like that. He can get him. And kind of like some other reviews, let me see She-Hulk and see that let me see this review that She-Hulk and see. Let me see. Wait a minute, time out. Time out. How did the big old tomato people give She-Hulk at 80%? How do you give a show that don't even stick to how can I say this? The Hawkeye, they give the She-Hulk show at 80%. How? That is not that this She-Hulk show is not at 80%. And I don't get it. I don't get it. Because the She-Hulk show is not at 80% in my opinion. They give the She-Hulk show at 80% on Rotten Tomatoes. They gave the She-Hulk show at 80% on Tomatoes. That show is like a 60 something. But that's what it's not a. And some of these people right here who giving reviews, and these reviews of it better be good, and they better have like a good reason why they get this show, everything like that. With everybody claim this and stuff like that. And this it tells when she fighting bad guys, man, please. She not fighting no bad guys throughout this season. That's a lie. And kind of like the other thing, which I notice sometimes, which I notice most of the time, like they're dealing with She-Hulk. I, I don't think she is at 80%. That's just me. It's like a 60 something to 70%. And stuff like that. And kind of like the first thing that I noticed, like just dealing with dealing with the She-Hulk show, because the audience give it 33%. I think that's dope. Shucks. If you look at it, the CGI, some of the storytelling just ain't make sense. I said, come on, man. I just don't get it. I just don't get it, in my opinion. You put get all these stuff. And and kind of like for the X-Men, shoot, I want to see the Angel that joined the X-Men just with the metal wings and stuff like that. And that'd be like a good thing in my opinion. If they can get that, shoot, that jump good. And kind of like the other thing that I noticed, like deal with X-Men, deal with X-Men, deal with X-Force, Outsider stuff like that. Shoot, and, and kind of like the bad thing about it, in my opinion, sound like the She-Hulk fans seem like they don't care.
Yeah, right now.
They just wanted to push their agenda doing that show, and that show sucked because of it. In my opinion, it sucked. It sucked because of it. In my opinion, and kind of and like for the next franchise succeed is the how I can it's the Star Wars franchise, the Alien franchise. I want to see them like I want to see them. I want to see them franchise succeed just to get like better directors. I think in my opinion, and kind of like for the new Alien game that's coming out, Barcode. They say that game is like an original story, everything like that, and plus that game might be taking reference from the older Alien movies. I think Aliens 1, 2, and 3 was cool. And, but the thing about it, in my opinion, shoot, if this Alien game is good, just like everybody's saying, they gotta make that Alien game a movie or a series or stuff like that. And plus the thing about me, Barcode, you can agree or you can get another idea if you think. Shoot, I, I I think this Alien game right here, if this actually good, they can make it like into a series. I think
Yeah, right. Yeah, I
just
know.
a new Alien game and stuff like that. Shoot, they could take that story and make it into a 1 or 2 or 3 season show and stuff like that. Uh, uh, because like the Alien franchise, in my opinion, it could be like getting back on track because of a video game. Shoot, if you look at the Alien games, that is the only reason why that people are still invested inside the Alien, inside just inside the Alien stuff, everything like that. Just the interest coming from fans is it just because Alien Isolation and this game right here that's coming out, and plus like in my opinion, stuff like that. Shoot the Alien franchise and like a good franchise to look at, just until these new ones came out and messed up the whole thing, which I and kind of like for the which I think in my opinion sound like time for Star Wars and Aliens. I had to look at Star Wars first, then the Alien franchise and stuff like that. Um, and pretty much the thing about it, so that alien thing kind of scares you at first if you're not used to that my opinion. If you ain't see the first Alien movie as telling that, or just as a franchise, that'd be a good thing. And kind of like um and do you think, in my opinion, is that the predators might be coming inside, just inside the aliens thing, stuff like that? He could be it. I think, in my opinion, the Alien franchise is good. I think we need another Predator movie. In my opinion, if we can get that Alien series and just by team search for people and saving them, and we can have and kind of like the bad thing about it, in my opinion, is like one because the last one that I saw was actually good, but everybody different type of that. It might be a good thing. And kind of like for like the next Power Rangers Zord that I want to see is this. Because that's Power Rangers Zord right there. I want to see that one like in action, like in the next crossover. I want to see that one.
Yeah.
Uh, Back in this Project crossover and stuff like that. Um, because the thing in my opinion, if you look at it, they could go for like the big old Mighty Morphin Zord to the Samurai Zord, and that could be like a crossover thing and stuff like that too. And stuff like that. And kind of like I bought the power just the green Power Ranger Christmas thing, the Hallmark one, the Green Ranger one, and stuff like that. Because I probably get to show y'all which one I got. I bought the Green Ranger on Christmas thing right there. This one right here is the Green Ranger one. Right here. This is like the Green Ranger Christmas Hallmark one right here. That was a hard one to find. Because right about on Christmas time and stuff like that, is that people
Yeah.
like to buy the best ones sometimes to hang up on
Yeah.
Christmas, yeah, just to hang up on Christmas trees and stuff like that, and that'd be a good thing. And and like for Transformers stuff like that, and they doing like the Unicron thing, and and this Transformers movie might be a two-part movie, and that's actually, like, in my opinion, just a good choice. I think, in my opinion, because you got to give your villain some type of respect and not try to beat your villains in one movie. Certain villains in one movie, and Unicron, in my opinion, is one of them. And kind of like the bad thing about it, about it, if Unicron coming, it's like it Optimus Prime brother coming. I think the big one that's kind of like they could be like the balance in Unicron. Yeah, I think, in my opinion, Optimus brother might be coming too. Because we got the Autobots, we got the Primals, they got the Terracons, and they got the Decepticons. And this movie right here, this movie right here take place in 19 in in 1994 because they saying like that it supposed to be like a crossover thing, saw that a crossover thing like dealing with Transformers and Unicron. Man, I seen that trailer. That trailer look good too. That trailer look good. And shoot, man, and that's the thing. Don't trailers be looking good most of the time.
Yes, man.
People, some people up in there, some people up in there, and comment series people would not like me and stuff like that. If I had to judge Marvel stuff, ooh, and Marvel movies, and they want to judge Marvel movies and stuff like that, I like it. And kind of like the other thing, like I noticed most of the time, and dealing with movies and stuff like that, is like some like dealing with Marvel, half these trailers, half the trailers be telling like a whole different story than the movie. So you look at Infinity War Endgame, they took some parts out, and I was pissed off both times. It was more Infinity War than Endgame though, but what I was mad at because you look at that trailer, they had a Hulk, the one of the people, Black Panther, everybody running at the same. And thing which I notice most of the time, like it's like dealing with Marvel and DC aspect. How how can I say this here without being mean? Stuff like that. It's like which I think in my opinion, which I think in my opinion could be a good thing or a bad thing, stuff like that. Is sound like for me is sound like for me up in there, sound me up in there what I seen, what I mean, seeing stuff like that. Oh man, and kind of like one of the things like I wanted to see sound like deal with Marvel is like is like I want to see how Marvel their main people stuff like that. And which I think in my opinion could be good. Good, bad, and which I think in my opinion could be a good thing. And and um and like for next stream tomorrow and for the next stream tomorrow, shoot, I will I will be thinking about um how can I say this? I will be doing brackets on based on the best restaurants and plus the best and and plus based on how can I say this? Based on the movie franchises tomorrow or franchises and stuff like that. Because they must shoot. I'm gonna try to get Multiverse to come if he could. Multiverse, Phantom, and everybody else to come if they can come. Um, be, because like tomorrow stream, I will be doing brackets
Okay.
based on best movies best looking
Yeah.
like best looking actress, like best franchise series because because you know based on best franchises series stuff, opinion be different. Best based on that the best franchise series and stuff like that. I'll be seeing some people think scary movies be having best franchises based on the movie kind of like my opinion. Shoot, I'll probably have to go live tomorrow on TikTok just to announce it.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
um be, be, because tomorrow because tomorrow shoot I probably got to go live on TikTok just to announce it when shoot I got me doing my live tonight on YouTube because that's what tomorrow I just might do both
Okay.
and stuff
That's
like
fine.
that. Yeah, yeah, and that'd be a good thing. I think for me, shoot, I probably gotta start going live on TikTok a little bit more. I think, in my opinion, just like to bring people on to my live on YouTube and stuff like that to hear their opinions on certain stuff,
Yeah.
on Marvel, DC, and everything else and stuff like that. And 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 kind of like for the Marvel and and kind of like for the Marvel stuff like that. Shoot, I might be going. I got me going live on TikTok tomorrow. That just talk about the bracket thing. I got me doing that night and stuff like that and stuff like that. And and talk about upon because y'all see,
Yeah.
I always let people in
Yeah.
who might got some kind of disagree with me dealing with MCU.
Yeah.
I let them in.
Yeah.
It don't say nothing. It just leave. It's two people. There's two people that came in, and two people left.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It it's like I always say. They be looking, but that's what they cannot argue my points for nothing. They're dealing with stuff,
Yeah.
and, and that's what. And that last person probably was a person who probably has some kind of disagree with me and stuff like that. But that's what whoever the person was that left, they, they always welcome tomorrow when I do my live stream. If y'all got some kind of disagree with me, I'm cool with that. I am willing to have you my TikTok tomorrow. Be
Yeah.
the stuff like that. That's just me. That's just me. Because it's what I'm
Yeah.
willing to let people have their opinions. Stuff like that. Just the MCU, DCU, and stuff like that. If you like disagree with me and stuff like that, I'm willing. I am willing to just let people in. It was two people that came in and two people leave who could not argue with me with nothing. The shoot, the first person might seem like it was like messed up. The first person that came in here, George, and for the other person with the question mark, if he
Yeah.
got he just left. It seemed like
Yeah.
that. After I said if anybody got questions based on the MCU or DCU stuff like that and had disagreement with, it seems it it seemed like in my opinion when I turn over to them, it seemed like they leave and they can't argue no points and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just what it seems to me. And and therefore the two people came in today and stuff like that. I am just on TikTok, just on Zero Nation One or Zero, whatever one you find me on over there. I will be like going live on TikTok and YouTube tomorrow on Sundays. And for everybody that's watching, if you got a question to ask me after the stream, um, just put your question below this live stream after it go up and stuff like that, and that's what I will answer it. I will try to answer your question doing my live on TikTok or YouTube
Well then. Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
And for Twitch and YouTube, I'll see y'all later and see y'all next time.
Yeah.
Oh, tomorrow. Yeah.